What is America's current state in the world compared to where we've been? And what do you see our role being moving forward?
Well, it's good to be here, and this is the right question to ask right now. There's quite a debate over how this crisis in Ukraine occurred. You know, the Trump haters are claiming it's because of Donald Trump, but I mean, it's just a matter of fact that Russia invaded countries on 3 of the last 4 presidents, not during the presidency of Trump. And that's because America's adversaries respect strength. And peace through strength, which was the Reagan motto for national security, is still true today. A strong, decisive United States with a president with a clear foreign policy that is also strong is stabilizing, that promotes global order. And when we don't have that, our rogue states take advantage of opportunities. I think that's what we're seeing in Ukraine right now. And I'm worried with 3 years left in this presidency, we're going to see more things like this, possibly some type of Chinese move on Taiwan. We don't know what the Iranians are going to do. So when we look at America's role in the world, elections have consequences. If Americans elect a weak and mentally incompetent president, our security is going to suffer. It promotes a world order that is less stable, that is less U.S. dominated, that allows China and Russia to gain ground. And this is an issue that we have to be presenting in future elections to reverse this trend, which I think is very dangerous for our security.
Totally. Let me ask you a follow-up to that, Mr. Flight. What is it about forces here in America, cultural or political, that don't get that, what you just said, right? That strength to them is bad, it's mean, it's offensive. What is it that we can't understand the mind of these bad actors around the world?
Look, we've always had a problem with the foreign policy establishment and with the left that would like to seize the world through rose-colored glasses and deal with everything multilaterally. That's the way that Joe Biden would like to deal with China and North Korea and Russia. Let's talk to our allies. But realistically, we are the last superpower on earth. Sometimes we have to be prepared to take military action to secure our interests, to secure the interests of our allies, and to be, basically there's this, I think, this hatred of the United States by some in this country who don't like us using power, who would like to see the UN and European elites rein us in and almost decide when and where we can use military force, when we can push our agenda. And I think that when we have presidents who understand the role of America in the world, they can get past these people.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, when did we send James Taylor? Didn't we send James Taylor somewhere to sing a song or something about what, like, that's the opposite of strength and war. Dr. Copeland, if nothing changes, I mean, we have 3 years left of this administration. If nothing changes, and heaven forbid we have more of this moving forward, even beyond the 3 years, what is America's role in the world?
Well, I think we're still trying to figure that out. And in some ways, we've been trying to figure it out since the end of the Cold War, around 1990, 91. And as I suggested recently in town hall, I think the American people are not sure what we want. Certainly the elites know what they want to happen, whether it's a sort of Hamiltonian direction where we're focusing on free trade and economic growth and so on, or call it a Jeffersonian school, as Walter Russell Mead does, where we have very limited interests around the world. I think what President Trump brought that was interesting was a combination of that notion that, we don't have to be involved everywhere in the world. Maybe it's time to wind down in places like Iraq and Afghanistan without completely abandoning them. But the American people have to be behind those kinds of policy initiatives. And right now, there's just no leadership coming out of the White House. There's no sense of a coherent global strategy. When we pulled out of Afghanistan, one of the things Biden said was that it had to do with being able to refocus on Russia and China. Well, that's in the immediate aftermath, that's a complete failure. So I don't think the American people know exactly what we want out of as our role to be in the world, and I think certainly our leadership don't know either.
Hey, Slater Crusaders, our newest special is about the New World Order. Now, I know that sounds all very conspiratorial, but it's very simple. There was a order of the world that we've been living through for many decades. Things are changing, and from that will come a new world order. But what does that look like? India, China, Russia, the Middle East, and then our role in this new world order. We still got 3 more years of this Biden presidency, unfortunately. We talk about all of that on our newest special about the New World Order. You can watch it now on the First TV app. Download and become a supporter.